There are other protocols due to the COVID-19 pandemic that will change the way the 2020 season is played. One of them, notably affecting your craft, Ron, is that pitchers are now being discouraged, if not prohibited, from going to their mouths at all, even if they're off the mound, off the rubber. Instead, they are allowed a wet rag in their back pocket. I still can't believe I read that.
I know. It sounds a little dangerous, doesn't it?
It really does. But talk about this and the effect it might have.
Well, I think when you talk about pitchers going to their mouth in between pitches, you have different degrees of it, right? Some guys do it to get a better grip. If you watch some pitchers, it's just a nervous habit, right? They go to their mouth each and every pitch just to, because it's just something they do. You got Max Scherzer goes down his entire palm. But I think what is going to happen is that you're not going to be able to stop it completely. In the heat of action, guys are still going to do it, and you're going to see guys go into the mouth and like, oh, am I all right? I shouldn't have done that. And the wet rag, to me, conjures up a lot of possibilities for pitchers. Hopefully that won't happen. I know in my day, I had a hard time sometimes gripping the baseball on cold nights. How I got by it is that I used to wear long sleeves, and I used to keep the very end kind of wet, just like a wet rag, and you could go to it to get some moisture so you could hold the baseball better. Wasn't cheating, just getting a better grip. But I think that's what the wet rag should be able to help the pitchers do.
Yeah, and I think you made a good point, Matt. It's really recommendations. These are not really hard and fast rules. It's hard to ask a pitcher to stop doing these habits or tics they've been doing their whole careers.
Or from 6 years old.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to change the way baseball is played. I think the DH in the National League and the extra inning rule, starting with the runner on second base, will change how the game is played. Again, I think bunting comes back in play. It'll be interesting to see how teams emphasize in their short summer camps bunting and bunt defense.
You know, somewhere in the world, Mike Scott is sitting around thinking, man alive, if you'd have let me bring a wet rag to the mound, I would have been even more masterful than I was. And Mike Scott was often accused, never proven, of doing funky things to the baseball to make it move around the way it did. He had a terrific career, and if somebody like Mike Scott were to be given the license of a wet rag in his pocket, you could be talking about a 35-game winner like that, even in a 60-game season.
Just think of the Lord, Gaylord Perry, if he was able to bring a wet rag out there. That would have been, he would have had a lot of fun with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, some of these guys, I think they had virtual carpenter belts out there with all the tools they had. But Ronnie knows in '86, Davey Johnson, the Mets manager, had a drawer full of baseballs scuffed in exactly the same spot. I mean, Mike Scott did incredible things with the baseball.